and welcome to Inside the Boardroom. My name is James Petham, and today I'm joined by Victor Cantore, President, CEO, and Director of Amex Exploration. Victor, it's great to see you again.
It's great to have me on your show again.
So, since we last spoke at Minds and Money, you've had some major developments announcing a private placement and a $15 million strategic investment from Eldorado Gold. Can you tell us a bit about the work that went into that deal and what the relationship with Eldorado is?
Yeah, so the Eldorado wanted to take a closer look at our project. We have a corporate development team that was, talking to most of the producers in the area. Like we're situated, we're right in the middle of the Abitibi Greenstone Belt. A lot of producers all around us. So there's lots of interest. It's been many months. Where we've met with them at conferences. They've come to site. They've looked at all the infrastructure. They've looked at all the core. So yeah, it's been quite a while that we've been working with them.
And so, with this major investment and the funds raised from the private placement, can you tell us how this capital will be put to work?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll address the $15 million. So the $15 million is what Eldorado is putting in. This is what they call a charity flow through structure. So we're actually receiving $26.55 million. And we're issuing the shares at $2.35 per share. So there's a lot less dilution. There's a lot less dilution to the shareholders. It is flow through shares, so they do know that the money will go into the ground. And how we're going to be deploying it, it's really going to be a dual strategy. We're going to continue aggressively exploring the project. The project's got well over 20 kilometers of really prolific faults out there. And you've got the northern fault, the Normetal fault, you got the southern fault, the Perron fault, and there's a whole bunch of them within the block. We've probably you're looking around 3.5 to 4 kilometers of those faults that we've explored. There's a lot more to continue exploring. What we've done every time we've made a discovery, we really concentrate the drills on the zones to develop the zones, to build up the ounces. And that's one of the strategies: continue exploration, continue building up the resource. We really believe it's so well endowed with the gold. The other strategy is moving ahead with development. That's why we put together. It's one of the best technical teams that you can put together. There's two mining engineers. There's a resource geologist. There's a permitting expert in there. We have Kelly Malcolm, which is our VP exploration, and we're also bringing in another person on that team also. So it's a dual strategy, and the last person is actually a structural geologist, well known in the industry. So it's a dual strategy: keep on exploring, and to build up the ounces and show that with what we've got, we can really move this thing forward.
Thanks so much for some of that extra context. I wonder if we can go back to maybe some of that exploration work. For investors who aren't familiar with the Amex story, can you give us an overview of the Perron property and maybe some of those big drill results that you've had there over the last few drill campaigns?
Absolutely. So when we're looking at location, it's probably one of the best locations you can find. We're right on the side of a town. The town is called Normetal. Just to put it in context, 20 minutes south of that, you have a town that's called Lassar. There's about 12,000 population there. You've got your Boston Pizza, you've got your McDonald's, you've got your Tim Hortons. When they're there, it's because there's a good population. There's an airport there. 1 hour further south, there's Rouyn-Noranda. Population there is over 40,000 people. You leave from Montreal or Toronto, you could be on site within 7.5 hours. There's a power generating station right there that supplies the city, supplies other mines up there like the Casa Berardi mine. That's within kilometers of our site. When it comes to infrastructure, it's we're pretty well have quite a bit in there. You've got water, you've got electricity, you've got roads, and it's all paved roads. You'll just arrive there in a paved road.
Well, you had me at Boston Pizza, but it does sound like there's some fantastic infrastructure, which I'm sure makes that development and exploration work a lot easier. If we're going back to that development focus, the second part of that dual strategy, can you tell us what comes next this year for Amex?
Sure, and I'll talk to you a little bit about what's really interesting in the project is really the high grade zone. When you look at some of those results that we've had in the past, it's actually quite impressive. I mean, the high grade zone dips down. The high grade zone dips down at a 70-degree angle. Results that were coming out of there were really spectacular. Some of those numbers, some of the recent numbers that we had put out. This was a downstrike hole where we had 47.7 meters of 16.97. That's a little over a half an ounce. We've had 6.1 meters of 102 grams, 8.4 meters of 29.62, 6.7 meters of 35 grams per ton. I mean, these are spectacular numbers. That's unheard of. So what you have there is you really have a high grade. When you look at Eldorado, what the mines that they operate are high grade mines, low cost producer. So I think that's where the attractiveness is in there. They know how to mine high grade, low cost producers, and that's what we want to become eventually.
And is there anything else you'd like to share with the CEO.CA community? What should people be keeping in mind when they're looking at Amex exploration?
Yeah, so with $26.55 million, I mean we're financed well into late 2025. The flow through money has to be spent by December 31st, 2025. So we've got a big runway in front of us. What's there more to be expected from us? You're going to be expecting a lot more results as the drills get turning. More results to come. More discoveries. We'd like to have many more discoveries on the project. On top of the fact that we're going to be, advancing the development of the project, we have committed to put out a resource calculation sometime in the first quarter. Most likely, it'll come out sometime in March, and immediately after that, we will be putting out an economic study. An economic study is really important because that's it'll show the economics of the project, and I think this project should bring out a robust economic numbers on this.
Well, sounds like there are some significant milestones still to come. Victor, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. See you soon.